Okay guys, so let's then make this app calculate two numbers, I guess. Have no idea how I'm gonna make this, but let's just try this out. Um, yeah. Okay. So I know, I know that if I run my application right now, if I type in 20 plus 25, I click here this button, it's just gonna display the information that's within inside this box. That's because the entry widget, it's just capturing whatever information it has, and it's displaying to the screen. But that's one entry widget, okay? I might have to just make another entry widget and treat it as two separate things, so I can then multiply or sum them together and display the right thing on the screen. So I'll see you right now. I'll show you guys right now. So I'm just gonna rename everything here just for convention. I'm just gonna say num as for number one, and I'm gonna do number two. I'm just pretty much making two entry boxes. I want to duplicate it. I will show you guys right now what I kind of want to do. Since I'm renaming here those things, I have to also rename, because I'm reciting it here again, so I have to just rename again the thing. So number one is my first entry box. Number two, my second entry box. For my second entry box, I have to also pack it as well. Number two dot pack. You know. So let me. I don't know if it's gonna work if I do 10 and 10. We're just gonna do this 20 and 20 to make sure like it's spaced out. You know. So let me go ahead and run this program and see what happens. Okay, I got two boxes. I got two boxes. They're kind of like too far apart, I guess. Let me do 15. I'm not sure, like I said. I know the pad it just means padding, but I have to look into the Python documentation and actually see what that actually means. Okay? The numbers, and I don't know if it's inches or if it's not inches, probably not inches, but like pixels, probably pixels. But anyway, that's cool. We do 10 and 10 again. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me just fix it on the OBS here. Hold on. I'll leave it on the other side here. It's better for visualizing it. Okay. It's still kind of far apart, but it doesn't matter. It's just for right now. Then we can fix things later as we go. Okay. Right there. See? I can do here 20, and then here I can do like 10. And then when I click something, I would like for something to happen on the screen. You know? Like a calculation. So we're just gonna just for convention, we're gonna rename some of the stuff here. Uh, that's to make things more organized. So then I have then I have two entry widgets. They're right here. They're all packed in the screen. My test function, I'm just gonna call it calculate, right? So if I'm renaming my function here, whatever else I have written, I had written text, I have to change it too. So right here, calculate, okay, to make everything work. All right, so Windows is working. Okay, so for the first entry box, number one, okay, I have to get that information inside that number one. So I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna rename this thing here too. Info one. Yeah, I'm just gonna do info num. I don't know. I just want to call here my variable a different name to better understand the code. So info number one, it's gonna get the number one entry's information. Okay. The second one, I'm gonna do the same thing, but for the second one equals here number two dot get. Okay, so so this variable, it's getting the first entry box one, and the second one is the second. And here my label, when I display things on the screen, I had put here that was info, but actually I want to make a third variable inside this whole thing, this whole function. I want to say sum, because it's going to be the sum of the two numbers. Okay. Um, so sum, it's going to be in Python when you want to sum two numbers. What you do is actually um, do the plus sign. So info number one, the first variable, the first information, plus the second one, number two. So this should give me the calculation already. Okay, so the sum, it's the variable that stores the sum of these two information. I feel like I might get an error here because the entry, maybe the entry box thing it's just for, I don't know, string kind of thing, and I might have to convert that information later. But anyway, so here the next thing, my label, because my label is to display on the screen, like I said in the last video. I want to do here the text. I actually wanted to show the sum of this, thing here. So let's go ahead and try this out, see if it's gonna work. First I want to do 20, second I want to do 10. Click. It's doing 2010. It's actually okay. So this is very cool because it's not okay. It's not the result that I want it to be, of course, but it's showing me here that it's putting it together. The 20 with 10, it's putting it together. It became 2010. So it's not actually summing two numbers. It's actually just iterating. Iterating. I don't know how you say that in English very well, but it's putting two informations together. That means that the entry little box thing, it's only like summing up. It's treating as a string, so it's just putting it together. For example, if I run it again, if I in the first line here I do code and then Venom, the name of the channel. If I click, it's just the code Venom here. See, that's kind of interesting, but that's not the result that I want to. So maybe to make that work, let's see if I can do. I'm gonna convert this into integer. Integer, it's just for numbers, so the Python can recognize numbers. I'm gonna do this for both of them. Maybe I should do, yeah, just down here, it's better. Okay. By the way, I have no idea, like, I know there are a lot of tutorials showing how to make a calculator, but I've watched none of those videos. Rather, I'm just gathering all the information and doing it myself as I think it should be. That's how I think it. Oh, there you go. It worked. I just clicked here, 30. So I do have a pretty much a calculator right here. Like, it's pretty cool. Look, I can do 500, I can do like 600. Calculate for me, 11,000, you see? So, look, I have no idea how a calculator actually, because I know the basics of Python, so I could do technically like a lot of multiplications, summing, but I never dealt with Tkinter much, you know, and I never made a calculator before. But just putting all the knowledge together, I can already tell that this is kind of the way to go. And also, Yeah, I just don't know how to place this entry box here a little further, or I don't know, I should put a little symbol here. That's another thing that we have to get into, like mapping, like how the mapping, all the mapping inside a window is done in Python, so we can place the widgets better within that window. But for now, that's it. So that's the function that we implemented right now in the program, which is pretty cool. Another thing we can do, I guess, is just to change the button text to, I don't know, saying calculate, running again. There you go. It's on. So the button, if you press it there, it's gonna calculate. It has the name calculate. Let's do 50, 30, calculate 80. Now, since I converted, right, to, since I right here, I said this information, this variable right here, I converted into integer, both of them. If I then decide to write this like, I don't know, as a string again, let's see what happens. Probably gonna get an error. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. I'm getting an error saying value error invalid literal for integer with base 10 code. So yeah, um, so I guess when that happens, when if it's a string, we can also tell the user, we can label something on the window saying to the user type an integer, you know, because on the terminal right here we know what's going on, but if the user actually downloads our app and he clicks on there, he's not gonna know what's going on. He just knows the program is not working. So I guess I can create another label here to kind of handle that. If handle that problem, I can just go label. I'm gonna create another variable here called label 2. I don't know, or error. And I'm also gonna use the widget, the tk.label for this one to display. So, but notice this time though, I need to write conditions, like the if, or else, or like it's pretty much the conditions, the statements in which um, we can write to tell the program, like whether, let's say, for example, if the program, for example, if somebody, writes, if somebody writes words here, you know, on our program, it's not gonna work because the code, we told Python to convert the two variables into integers, so it's numbers. So then, if the user doesn't know that, if they type in words, we have to tell them on the screen to type in integers. So I guess that's something we're gonna do next video, to handle those things and rearrange the widgets better and kind of expand our program. So this was the video, the second video. We were successful on making two numbers, to sum two numbers. It's a little mini calculator. We can then maybe, like, I don't know, do like multiplication, whatever we do. I don't know, make our program better. So let's see how this program evolves, and let's see by the end of, like, I don't know, this little journey here, how this program is gonna be. Okay, so this is it for this video. It's pretty much, I pretty much just added a few things here, add another entry box, and was able to sum two numbers and display on the screen again. So yeah, guys, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you. Um, you know, we're learning together to code. Let me know in the comments if you guys are liking this kind of channel, this kind of videos. This is just, for me to learn better, because I'm talking to myself here, or I guess talking to you, and that's gonna help me learn and help you learn as well. I hope you guys do learn with me, and I don't know, we can just talk here in the comments and see how everybody's doing. Thank you. See you in the next video.